Every struggle today is linked in the struggle for jobs, in the struggle for health care, in the struggle for our youth, in the struggle for our future, in the soldiers who go, and those who are here on the streets. Larry Hales from F.I.S.T. Fight Imperialism, stand together.
Especially for Black and Latino and Indigenous youth, and they don't even keep figures for Indigenous youth on reservations, which are virtual prisons. But if you go on the reservations, the poverty rate is that of so-called third world countries. They want to put a rifle in the hands of poor and oppressed people and pit them against people of color in other parts of the world, telling us that we should go over there and fight against terrorism. If you want to fight against terrorism, turn the guns around. That's how you fight against terrorism. Because the biggest terrorists in the world operate in the Pentagon. Those are the terrorists who destroy the whole world to reap profits for the few, 1, 2, maybe 3% of the world. People have a right to a job. They have a right to health care. They have a right to housing, and they have a right to education.
Power to the people! That is the only thing that will bring a change in this country.
The U.S.-backed Zionist regime continues to harass and massacre the Palestinian people in an attempt to ethnically cleanse the region, to further expand their colonial ambition, and all troops and contractors get out of Afghanistan and Iraq right now.
Contract is ridiculous.
That the U.S. and all aid to the racist apartheid state of Israel. Free Iraq, free Afghanistan, and free Palestine!
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
I promise, Lynn Stewart, we will fight forever for justice. Justice will prevail. Justice will for Dr. Afia. Justice will for Afghanistan. Justice for Palestine. Justice for Somalia. Justice for Colombia. No July 2011. We want our troops now.
That's right.
Now.
Now! Now!
Last night, these 300 people in West Point went up to the gate, and for an hour, we had people sitting across the gate, not just protest as usual, but sitting in front of that gate. And as it became 5 minutes to 8, and we knew Obama was going to make this announcement, people ran into the traffic lane and blocked traffic going into West Point. What was our message? Stop this war now! Stop this war now!
Whether it's Iraq, or Afghanistan, or Pakistan, or Somalia, or Palestine, or Colombia, or Honduras, or Puerto Rico, or any number of other countries in this world, they cannot win. They cannot win, and it's our job to make sure that together with the people in those countries that are fighting back with everything they have, that they cannot win.
The same banks, the same corporations that want to get the oil from Central Asia and run it through Afghanistan into the Arabian Sea and want to control the entire region. Those corporations are laying workers off. They've laid off 8 million workers. It's the same bosses, the same bankers.
My organization, Picture the Homeless, is trying to make public the fact that Chase has about $100 million worth of vacant property in the city while we go downstairs to the subway and watch people sleeping on the trains every night.
The masses of people in the Middle East are crystal clear that the enemy is the government and the corporations. We hoped that as a black man, he understands the pain of the working class.
You want to go to school? The United States offers back to the Afghan people as quickly as possible. There's no other way there's going to be peace and progress in that country. There's no other way we're going to be safe from the Afghan people and those who identify with them until we get out. We're going to do the same in Iraq. We have to talk for a minute about Honduras. Honduras knows our occupation.
On this side, on this billboard.
We sent troops in there. Marines no less. we've tried to roll back powerful march of progress throughout Latin America. And now we have Venezuela, we have Bolivia, we have Ecuador.
Capitalism needs war. Without these wars, this system would begin to collapse.
No war in Afghanistan, something.
It is collapsing, despite these wars.
And the war now.
There is a profound crisis going on in Puerto Rico right now. 16% unemployment, and half of the population of Puerto Rico is here.
Independence for Puerto Rico now!
I watched a mother on the TV who had lost her son less than a month ago, and they asked her what they thought about what Obama was going to say. She wanted to know, is it going to be worth the life of her son? And it is not. We have to really get the message out to people that they are being used, particularly in the Black and Latino and the immigrant community. We are getting left out in the cold. The only alternative for poor people, children, is to go to war. There's a saying in the ghetto. The saying is, it's jail or the army.
Thousands and sometimes millions of Honduras on the streets demanding the restitution of the one constitutional president of Honduras, President Manuel Zelaya Rosales.
American people oppose the war in Afghanistan, a radical change. And we need to go to the workers, the students, the unemployed, and get them organized and mobilized. I will see you in the streets of New York and in Washington, D.C., March 20th.
This is first of many demonstrations. We're not going to stop until the U.S. war in Afghanistan, the U.S. war in Iraq is over, until we have jobs and housing and education instead of war. This sister made this sign, which I gotta show you. It says no, and 30,000 times no, and 30,000 times no, and 30,000 times no.